A pleasant day, grade 7 students. Welcome back to our MAPE class. I am Miss Divine Grace P. Alitala, your teacher in MAPE 7. For today's health lesson, we will be discussing about non-communicable diseases. But before we start, please be guided of the most essential learning competency or MELC for today's lesson. Explain non-communicable diseases based on cause and effect, signs and symptoms, risk factors and protective factors, and possible complications. And to achieve our milk for today, we need to achieve the following objectives. At the end of our lesson, you should be able to, first, discuss the nature of non-communicable diseases. Second, identify and explain the common non-communicable diseases. And third, practice ways to prevent and control non-communicable diseases. Are you now ready? Let us start with the activity, What's New? Share your idea or concept about disease through this concept mapping activity. All you have to do is to write words or phrases that you may associate with the word disease inside the box. So what comes to your mind when you hear the word disease? So isulat niyo yon sa loob ng mga boxes na nakapaligid sa salitang disease. To make this activity more interactive, you may also ask ideas or concepts from your parents or from your housemates. And let us see if you have the same answer. Alright, meron bang naglagay sa inyo na when he or she heard the word disease, ang kanyang naiisip na words or phrases ay sakit or karamdaman? Or meron kaya sa inyo na naglagay ng mga halimbawa or examples of diseases such as COVID-19 or tuberculosis or cancer? Alright, now let us see or let us know what is the definition of disease. As defined, disease is a condition that prevents the body or mind from working normally. Ibig sabihin, pag sinabi natin disease or sakit or karamdaman, ito yung kondisyon ng ating katawan na pumipigil sa atin o sa ating katawan at ating pag-iisip para makapag-function normally. Simply because may abnormality or there is a certain condition na naghihinder sa part ng ating katawan para ito ay makapag-work or makapag-function properly. There are two types of diseases. The first is communicable diseases and non-communicable diseases. Let us differentiate the two. When we say communicable diseases, these are illnesses that can be transferred from one person to another. Ibig sabihin, ito yung mga sakit na nakakahawa o mga sakit na naipapasa mula sa isang tao papunta sa isa pang tao. On the other hand, when we say non-communicable diseases, these are non-infectious illnesses which may result from hereditary or lifestyle factors and not from pathogens. Meaning to say, when we say the word non, hindi or not, it is not communicable or hindi ito naipapasa or natatransfer o hindi ito ay nakukuha sa ibang mga causes katulad ng lifestyle or it may be hereditary. Let us check your prior knowledge in our lesson in this activity, What I Know. All you have to do is to classify the following diseases as communicable or non-communicable. If the disease is communicable, you're going to write it on the left box with the word non-communicable diseases. If it is non-communicable or hindi ito nakakahawa, you're going to write the disease inside the box or inside the right box with the word non-communicable diseases. So here are the diseases. The first one is asthma or hiccup. Is asthma communicable or non-communicable? What's your answer? The answer is non-communicable. Ang hika ay hindi po nakakahawa. Next disease is tuberculosis o yung tinatawag natin na TB. Ang TB ba o tuberculosis ay communicable or non-communicable? The answer is communicable. Ito po ay nakakahawa. Kaya kapag ang may tao may tuberculosis or TB, dapat pong i-isolate or ilayo sa ibang tao para hindi sila mahawa. Third, arthritis. Is it communicable or non-communicable? What's your answer? The answer is non-communicable. Ang arthritis po ay hindi nakakahawa. Fourth, cancer. Is cancer communicable or non-communicable? Yes, the answer is non-communicable. Hindi po napapasa or nakakahawa ang cancer. How about the COVID-19 pandemic? Or the COVID-19 virus? Is it communicable or non-communicable? The answer is communicable. Kaya nga po, we are required to wear face masks and face shields and to observe physical distancing para hindi makahawa or hindi tayo mahawa ng COVID-19. How about the cardiovascular diseases? Is it communicable disease or non-communicable disease? Yes, the answer is non-communicable disease. How about diabetes? Can you categorize diabetes as communicable or non-communicable? Correct. The answer is non-communicable. Ang diabetes or diabetes ay hindi po nakakahawa or naipapasa. How about HIV or AIDS or sexually transmitted diseases? Is it communicable or non-communicable? Correct. It is communicable. Ito ay naipapasa sa pamamagitan ng pakikipagtalik or sa pamamagitan ng blood transfusion or yung ginamit ng syringe or yung tangkurok ay naiturok sa tao na walang HIV or AIDS. Next is allergy. Is allergy communicable or non-communicable? The answer is non-communicable. How about flu? Is flu communicable or non-communicable? The answer is communicable. If you are fond of Korean movies, di ba may Korean movie na ang title ay Flu. Ito ay lumaganap sa buong Korea at sa buong mundo. So ito ay nakakahawa or nakapapasa sa ibang tao. Second to the last is renal failure. Renal failure, is it communicable or non-communicable? The answer is non-communicable. And last but not the least, measles, o yung tinatawag natin na tigdas. Ito ba ay naipapasa or nakakahawa or it is not? What's the answer? The answer is communicable or nakakahawa. So para siyang bulutong, ang tigdas or measles ay nakakahawa or naipapasa from one person to another person. So I hope na mataas ang score and it will be easier for you to undergo with our lesson 4 today. So our focus of our lesson for today is non-communicable diseases. So what is non-communicable diseases? Let us watch this 1-minute video that describes about or that tells about non-communicable diseases.
I am really only a social smoker.
So I like to eat.
I don't have time to exercise.
I am often on the move, so I eat what is convenient.
I love sweets.
I love junk food, but I'm young,
so it doesn't really affect me.
What's the harm in a few drinks?
We've all heard the excuses. In many cases, we might have used them. The problem with these bad habits is that they're the leading causes of NCDs, non-communicable diseases, which have become the #1 killer in the world. The four main types of NCDs are cardiovascular diseases, cancer, chronic respiratory diseases, and diabetes. NCDs account for almost 2/3 of deaths globally. 80% of these deaths occur in low and middle-income countries.
Alright, so naintindihan ba yung video? The video talks about non-communicable diseases o yung tinatawag din na NCD, short for non-communicable diseases. So as described in the video, NCDs or non-communicable diseases are the #1 killer. Bakit siya tinawag na #1 killer? Because 2/3 of our population ang pumapatay or ang nakakapatay sa tao ay yung mga non-communicable diseases. And bakit nagkakaroon ng non-communicable diseases? So we will discuss about its nature. Kung bakit ba nagkakaroon ng non-communicable diseases at kung bakit nagkakaroon ito. As defined, non-communicable diseases are not caused by pathogens or disease-causing organisms such as bacteria or viruses. So yung non-communicable diseases, hindi pathogens o yung tinatawag natin mga disease-causing organisms katulad ng bacteria, virus, fungi, parasite, yung nagkakos ng sakit. Kung hindi, ito ay nakukuha sa pamamagitan ng mga sumusunod. First is by how people live or through the lifestyle ng isang tao. Kanina nga, di ba, napanood natin sa video, sabi ng isang bata, I love to eat sweets. Diba? Mahilig daw siya kumain ng sweets. Kasi bata pa naman daw siya. So, without even knowing na kahit na bata ka, and then yung lifestyle mo, ay katulad nun, kaya na panis, kaya ng iba't ibang junk foods, nakaka-apekto siya sa ating katawan. Kaya nagkakaroon ng NCD by how people eat. So, kung mahilig kang kumain, tapos hindi ka naman nag-exercise, nakahiga ka lang, cellphone ka lang ng cellphone. So, there is a big possibility na magkaroon ka ng NCD. Non-communicable diseases is also caused by the condition with which they are born. So, ibig sabihin, may mga tao na pinanganak na meron nun, or meron ng sakit na NCD. Ang tawag natin doon ay hereditary. Ito ay namamana mula sa pamilya or mula sa magulang. So, meron tayong mga tinatawag na mga sakit ng lahi. So, halimbawa, ang lolo at lola mo ay sakit nila ay diabetes. Most probably, yung kanyang mga magiging anak ay ganun din yung mga magiging sakit nila. So, ang tawag natin doon ay hereditary. And when we say naman congenital, ipinanganak na sila na meron ng ganun sakit. So, di ba, there are instances ng mga baby na panganak na meron na talaga sakit sa puso and others. So, that is the second nature by the condition with which they are born. The third nature naman ng NCD or non-communicable disease ay by the hazards around them o yung environment. So, malaking factor din yung environment natin sa pagkakaroon natin ng sakit. So, kung ang environment natin ay madumi, kung ang environment natin ay hindi kaaya-aya, for example, sa kagitan ng factory na kung saan ay nagbubuga ng bad air or pollution sa hangin, air pollution, most probably magkakaroon ka naman ng respiratory problem. So, makukuha yung non-communicable diseases through our environment. And lastly, non-communicable diseases is caused by the breakdown of the body tissues, o yung tinatawag natin na degenerative diseases. So, of course, kapag ang isang tao ay tumatanda, maging yung kanyang mga body tissues o yung parte ng kanyang katawan ay tumatanda din. Siyempre, kapag tumatanda, hinihina or bumabagal yung pag-function ng mga body parts na yun. For example, di ba yung mga matatanda, nahihirapan na sila maglakad. Kasi yung kanilang bones, yung kanilang mga joints ay nagde-degenerate na. Kaya nagkukuskusan tuloy yung kanilang mga bones. because of that. And then, through that, nagkakaroon sila ng mga sakit katulad ng arthritis. So, these are the nature of non-communicable diseases. It is caused by people's lifestyle, it is caused by hereditary or congenital factor, it is caused by environment, or degenerative diseases. Now, let us proceed to the common non-communicable diseases. So, as mentioned in the video earlier, may mga common non-communicable diseases na nagkokos ng kamatayan ng mga tao sa mundong ito. At ano-ano yung mga yon? So, we have here, first, ay yung allergy. What is allergy? Allergy is synonymous to hypersensitivity, which refers to an exaggerated response to an anti-forming substance or antigen. So, sinabing hypersensitivity, sabihin nagre-react yung ating katawan doon sa tinatawag natin na mga anti-body forming substance o yung tinatawag na antigen or allergen. So, for example, ay yung mga alikabok. So, yung alikabok ay pumasok sa katawan, sa ilong, magre-react yung ating katawan. With that, nagkakaroon ng mga allergies katulad ng mga sumusunod. So, una, allergic rhinitis o yung hay fever. Ito yung condition na kung saan ay namamaga yung ating nasal dahil napapasok ng alikabok, ng mold, and then, nangyayari ayan, babahi, sinisipon. So, ayun yung allergic rhinitis. Another example of allergy naman ay yung allergic conjunctivitis, kung saan yung ating mata ay namumula. Ito ay nagluluha at nangangati. Okay, so that is another example of allergy. Another example of allergy yung tinatawag natin allergic eczema. So, yung allergy naman, ang nagre-react ay yung ating skin o yung ating balat. Same with hives. Katulad yung nasa picture dito, makikita natin ay parang may pantal-pantal at namumula. Yan ay ang example ng hives or ng allergy. So, ano yung causes? Bakit tayo nagkakaroon ng allergy? One cause is yung food intake. So, may mga pagkain na pag kinain natin yun, naging hypersensitive yung ating katawan. Kaya ang nangyayari ay nagkakaroon ng rashes sa katawan. So, example nga natin yan, may mga kakilala ko na allergic sa seafood. So, kapag kumain sila ng hipon or ng isda, nagkakaroon sila ng rashes. Iba naman ay vaccine or blood transfusion. Diba? Kaya katulad natin ngayon sa pagbabakuna ng COVID-19, hindi ka pwedeng basta-basta magpabakuna. Ang ginagawa muna ay i-screen maigi kasi baka mag-react ng katawan mo doon sa bakuna. So, meron tayong tinatawag na mga pag tinuturukan yung mga allergen test para ma-check kung sensitive ba or allergic ba yung tao sa gamot or doon sa bakuna. Insect sting, of course, syempre, di ba, kapag nakagat ka ng bubuyog, ganyan. Semochang, are you familiar with that? Semochang. Ayun, kapag dumapo sa katawan mo, nagre-react ng katawan mo, nagkakaroon ng pantal yung katawan. Skin contact or through nasal smell. So, halimbawa, may naamoy ka, naglinis ka, nalanghap mo yung alikabok, o kaya naman may naamoy ka na not pleasing to your nose, ayan, nagkakaroon ng mga allergic rhinitis and so on. So, that is one of the common non-communicable diseases. How about you? Meron ba kayong allergy? Meron ba kayong allergic rhinitis, allergic conjunctivitis, or eczema, or hives? So, I myself, ay naka-experience din ako ng allergy. When I was a child, I can still remember when I was in elementary, kumain ako ng tulingan, and then after that, nung katawan ko nagpantal siya. So, yun, that is allergy, yung food intake na kinakain. Yeah. So, ano yung mga signs and symptoms na mararamdaman kapag ikaw ay mayroong allergy? As I mentioned earlier, nagkakaroon ng swelling ng mucous membrane. nagkakaroon ng redness and itching of the eyes, namumula yung mata, nangangati, nagluluha, impaired hearing, pati yung pagdinig ay naapektuhan kapag mayroong allergy. Then rashes sa iba't ibang body parts, and then headache, sumasakit yung ulo. Right? So that is the first common non-communicable disease, allergy. The second common non-communicable disease is what we call cardiovascular disease. So what do we mean by cardiovascular disease? Cardiovascular disease is a disease of the heart and blood vessels. Kaya nga siya tinawag na cardiovascular. Kasi cardio refers to the heart, and then when we say vascular, ito naman yung tinatawag natin na blood vessels. So they are connected. Why? Because yung heart, siya yung nagpapump ng blood throughout the body, throughout the whole body. And then, yung blood vessels, doon dumadalo yung blood or yung dugo para siya ay deliver sa iba't ibang bahagi ng katawan. So, cardiovascular diseases is divided into two. Yung una ay yung mga heart diseases, and then yung pangalawa ay yung mga vascular diseases. So, yung heart diseases, ang examples niya o yung kanyang halimbawa ay una, congenital heart disease. As mentioned earlier, when we say congenital, ito yung inborn. Pinanganak ka na mayroong sakit na yon. And when we say congenital heart disease, pagkapanganak sa'yo, meron ka na agad sakit sa puso. Pangalawang heart disease is yung tinatawag natin na heart attack o yung atake sa puso. So, bakit ba nagkakaroon ng atake sa puso? Kapag kumakain ng matataba o ng mga makokolesterol na pagkain, yun ay nagkokos ng pagbara sa ating mga blood vessels or sa mga daluyan ng dugo. At kapag nabarahan yung puso mo ng cholesterol, hindi na makakapasok yung dugo or yung blood, and then mangyayari ay pumuputok yung blood vessels. So, o yung puso. Kaya ang nangyayari ay nagkakaroon ng heart attack. Next is rheumatic fever na nagkokos ng rheumatic heart disease, arrhythmia o yung abnormality sa beat or tibok ng puso. So, normally, ang tibok ng puso ay tug, ganon. Sa arrhythmia, parang may nadadagdag na tunog or iba yung beat niya, parang tug, parang ganon yung kanyang nangyayari. And then, congestive heart failure. So, yung puso ay hindi na makapag-function normally, nagkakaroon ng congestive heart failure. So, those are the examples of heart diseases. When we say naman vascular diseases, ang examples niya ay yung tinatawag natin na hypertension o most commonly known as yung high blood o yung mataas yung high blood pressure. So, yun ay vascular disease. And then stroke. So, yung iba na may mistake or nalilito sa heart attack at saka sa stroke. So, magkaiba po yun. Hindi say heart attack, when may pumuputok na blood vessel sa puso pag heart attack. When we say naman stroke, may pumuputok na blood vessel doon sa utak. Okay? Sa brain. And then, yung aneurysm na tinatawag. So, di ba, recently pumatok rin yung balita about sa isang dalaga na isang dalagang na flight attendant na kung saan ay nagkaroon nga ng aneurysm. So, yun ay part po ng vascular disease. So, ano yung, iba-iba yung signs and symptoms ng mga sakit na to. So, mag-focus tayo doon sa stroke, which is yung very common kasi karamihan sa tao ngayon ay high blood. Kahit bata pa lang, nagkakaroon na ng high blood pressure na nagkokos naman ng stroke. So, yung signs and symptoms ng stroke, face drooping, yung mukha ay parang bumababa or parang umiiba yung kanyang korte. Di ba, paminsan nakikita natin nakangli yung mga na-stroke. So, that is one symptom. Next is arm weakness, nanghihina yung braso, yung katawan, hindi makakilos, hindi makagalaw. Then, speech difficulty, nahihirapan magsalita. Kaya may mga tao na nagkaka-stroke, hindi nila masabi na sila ay inaatake na ng stroke. Kasi nga, nagkakaroon ng speech difficulty, parang umuurong yung kanilang dila. Okay? And then, yung T, time to call. Ibig sabihin, it's time to call an ambulance na kapag naranasan mo na itong mga sumusunod na signs and symptoms na to. Kasi stroke, kapag hindi siya naagapan agad, pwede siyang mag-lead sa death or kamatayan. So, these are the cardiovascular diseases na one of the common non-communicable diseases. Third is asthma, o yung tinatawag natin na hika. A chronic lung disorder that causes airways to become inflamed and makes breathing become difficult. So, ang nangyayari kapag may hika, yung daanan ng hangin ay namamaga. So, kapag siya ay namamaga, di ba pag namamaga yung isang part ng katawan, lumalaki siya. So, kapag lumalaki siya, nahaharangan niya yung daanan ng hangin. At kapag naharangan yung daanan ng hangin, mahihirapan siyang huminga. So, yun yung tinatawag natin na hika. So, ano yung causes? Ano yung dahilan? Bakit nagkakaroon ng asthma? Because of dust and mold. Di ba pag maalikabok, yung may mga hika, inaatake sila ng hika. So, nagre-react yung kanilang lungs. Pollen, cold air, kapag malamig, sobrang lamig, or weather change, paiba-iba yung panahon. So, malamig, tapos biglang sobrang init. Sinus infections, kahit stress, di ba, as we tackled in our previous lesson, yung stress ay masama din na epekto niya sa ating physical body. And then, certain foods, yun din ay nagkakos ng hika or ng asthma. So, what are the signs and symptoms ng hika? Shortness of breath or nahihirapang huminga, hinahapo or parang hinihingal. Wheezing, may wheezing sound. Coughing, pag-ubo ng pag-ubo, and then chest tightness, naminikip ang dibdib. So, as you can see in the picture, na nandiyan, yung kanyang nakalagay sa bibig, yan yung isa sa mga gamot na ginagamit ng mga taong may asthma. So, pinipindot nila yan, tapos ini-inhale nila, or nilalahap nila, nilulunok, yung gamot kasi yung nilalagay dyan, para sila ay, lumuwag ng kanilang pakiramdam. Fourth non-communicable disease is cancer. Cancer is caused by abnormal cells growing without control. As these abnormal cells grow, they form in masses called tumor. So, tumor, yung tawag natin doon sa abnormal na cells na lumalaki or nag-grow doon sa isang part ng ating katawan. So, yung nakikita nyo parang mga bukol, yun yung tinatawag natin na tumor. So, there are two types of cancer. Yung isa ay tawag natin ay benign, and then that is silent G, benign, and then yung second one is malignant. When we say benign, yung tumors are not cancerous and do not spread. So, yung tumor na meron ka ay hindi siya cancerous at hindi siya kumakalat. So, ayan yung mga tumor na kahit hindi na operahan kasi hindi naman siya cancerous or hindi naman siya nakakabahala. On the other hand, yung malignant naman, yun yung mga cancerous. At ayun yung cancer o yung tumor na kumakalat sa ibang bahagi ng katawan. Kaya yung mga taong may cancer, nagkakaroon ng komplikasyon or nagkakaroon ng ibang sakit kasi yung cancer ay kumakalat sa ibang bahagi ng kanilang katawan. So, what are the signs and symptoms ng cancer? So, tayo tinatawag na mga lung cancer. So, kapag mga lung cancer, nagkakaroon ng change in bowel or bladder habits. So, iba, hindi mapadumi, hindi mapaihi. Yan. A sore that does not heal. Kapag halimbawa may pamamaga na hindi na siya gumagaling. So, halimbawa yung mga breast cancer, di ba? Nagkaroon ng sugat, parang sugat sa dibdib. Tapos hindi siya gumagaling. Parang kumakalat. So, that is a symptom. Unusual bleeding or discharge para naman doon sa mga may ovarian cancer, ganyan, uterus cancer. Yun naman, nagkakaroon ng unusual bleeding. Sabihin, di ba, kapag may discharge tayo, yung unusual siya, hindi siya normal. Madami, mabaho, mag-amoy, kaya may dugo. So, that is also a symptom ng cancer. lump in breast or elsewhere. Ayun, parang bukol nga sa breast or dibdib or sa ibang bahagi ng katawan. So, hindi lang siya sa dibdib, meron din sa ibang bahagi ng katawan. Indigestion or difficulty in swallowing. So, meron din tayong tinatawag na throat cancer. So, nahihirapang lumunok, nahihirapang tumunaw sa ulo niyo, at madami pang iba. So, kung cancer, sabi nga nila, ito daw ay trigger na sakit kasi hindi mo alam na may cancer ka unless ito ay malala na. Kaya nga, di ba, sabi kanina dun sa video, yung madaming excuses ang mga tao. Okay lang, kumain muna ako ng ganito, bata pa naman ako. Okay lang uminom ng alak kasi konti-konti lang naman. Wala akong time mag-exercise, sobrang busy ko, kahit ano na lang makain ko. So, ayun, let us become aware na dahil wala tayong nararamdaman, ay wala na tayong sakit. So, malaking factor pa din yung lifestyle para tayo magkaroon ng non-communicable diseases. So, to avoid these diseases, kailangan natin ng health practices. Next is treatment. Ano yung mga treatment na ginagawa pag may cancer? Kaya mapapansin nyo, diba, nagkakaroon ng pagkakalbo ng buhok. So, yan ay epekto ng paggagamot doon sa taong may cancer. Tulad nga yung radiation therapy. So, pinapatay yung cancer cells through radiation. Tapos yung chemotherapy naman, ginagamitan naman ng mga gamot na. So, yung gamot ay sobrang tapang, kaya yung mga parts ng katawan ng taong may cancer ay pumapangit. Katulad niya, parang naninitin yung mga kuko. Tapos ayun, natatanggal yung mga buhok. Sobrang tapang yung gamot. Alright? So, that is cancer. Next non-communicable disease is arthritis. What is arthritis? It refers to inflammation of joints. It usually occurs during old age. Kadalasan ito ay nararanasan kapag tumatanda. Pero kahit bata ay pwede rin magkaroon ng ganitong sakit. Kapag yung joints, ano ba yung joints? Yung joints ay yung mga nagko-connect doon sa ating mga buto. So yan, nag-joints yung kamay natin, yung ating mga braso, yung ating leeg, yung ating mga tuhod, paa. Yan po yung ating mga joints. So kapag namamaga siya, meron kang nagkakaroon ng arthritis. So may dalawang uri ng arthritis. Yung una, ang tinatawag natin din ay osteoarthritis. Results from wear and tear of joints, especially of the hands, hips, knees, and spine. So, ito yung commonly sa mga tao. Nagkakaroon ng wear and tear sa joint, sa mga kamay, tapos sa hips, sa knees, sa spine. Yung rheumatoid arthritis naman causes pain and swelling in many joints throughout the body. So, pinagkaiba niya, yung osteoarthritis, sa specific part lang ng katawan. So, halimbawa, sa kamay lang siya, kamay lang yung kanyang sumasakit. Pero pag rheumatoid arthritis, buong katawan yung namamaga ang joint. So, mas mahirap yung rheumatoid arthritis. So, ano yung signs and symptoms na pagkakaroon ng arthritis? Joint pain. Yan, sumasakit ang mga joint. Yung tipong hindi mo siya ma-bend. Kasi kapag binend mo siya, masakit. And then, swelling, namamaga. Stiffness, inflammation. So, sa mga iba naman na malala na yung case, katulad ng nasa picture, ayan, nag-iiba na yung korte ng kanilang mga joints. Parang nag-iiba na deteriorate na yung korte or nadi-distort na yung korte ng kamay, ng paa because of inflammation and swelling. So, yan yung arthritis. Pero, hindi lang matanda nagkakaroon yan. Kahit bata ay nagkakaroon yan. Lalong-lalo na yung mga mabigat yung katawan o yung mga obese. So, dahil hindi nila kinakaya yung bigat ng katawan, yung joints ay nag-tear, na pipila, yun, nagkakaroon ng arthritis. Another non-communicable disease ay yung tinatawag natin na renal or kidney failure. So, makikita niyo sa picture ng kidney. Yung isang kidney yung normal, yung pangalawa yung may kidney failure ay hindi na nagpa-function na ayos yung kidney o yung kanilang bato. So, ano ba yung kidney failure? It is a condition which the kidneys fail to adequately filter waste products from the blood. So, malaki yung function ng kidney kasi siya yung nagsasala ng dumi mula sa ating dugo. Okay, so kapag hindi na siya nagpa-function, ayun, hindi na nasasala, napipilter yung waste product sa ating dugo, magkakaroon ng sakit sa bato. So, ano ba yung mga sinasala niya na dumi? Mga kinakain natin, most especially yung alak na iniinom. So, kapag inom ka ng inom ng alak, ayan, malaking possibility na magkaroon ka ng kidney failure. What are the signs and symptoms of renal or kidney failure? There are changes in urination. So, hindi na, babago na yung pag-ihi. Yung iba dyan nahihirapan na umihi. Swelling in legs. Ayan, namamaga yung binti, ankles, feet, face, or hands. Kasi nga, hindi na makaihi ng ayos, hindi na ilalabas na yung waste product sa katawan. Extreme skin rashes and itching, nausea, vomiting, shortness of breath, feeling cold, dizziness, and concentration problem brought about by anemia related to kidney failure. So, kapag nagkaroon ng sakit na ganito, kidney failure, isa sa mga paraan para ito ay magamot ay yung pagpapalit ng bato. So, mahirap yung pagpapalit ng bato kasi hahanap ka ng magiging donor mo. Tsaka malaki ang gagastusin. Yan. And last but not least, ang tinatawag natin diabetes or diabetes mellitus. It is a disease in which the body produces little or no insulin at all. So, there are two types of diabetes. Type 1 diabetes, yung insulin-dependent diabetes. Ibig sabihin, ito yung mga tao na nagtuturok na, may tinuturok sila sa kanilang katawan para, mabuhay. Kasi pag di sila nagturok nun, magnanamp yung katawan nila, hindi na sila makakakilos. So, type 1 yun. Dependent na sila, nakadependent na sila sa insulin. So, mahal din ang insulin. Second is type 2 diabetes. Yung type 2 naman, too little insulin produced by pancreas. Ibig sabihin na ito, ay konti na lang yung insulin na napoproduce ng pancreas. Pero may insulin pa din siya na napoproduce. Mas maliit na lang. So, yung mga type 2 diabetes, ayan yung mga matataas na yung mga blood sugar. So, nakukuha siya, syempre, sa mga mga matatamis, hindi lang sa matatamis, at the same time, sa mga malalakas kumain. Kasi yung kanin, yun ay isa sa mga malakas magpataas ng blood sugar. So, what are the signs and symptoms ng diabetes? Excessive urination, o yung tinatawag na polyuria. Sabihin, niyak niya yung ihi, niyak niya yung kanyang pag-ihi. Kakaihi lang niya, may iihi ulit. Thirst or excessive thirst, yung sobrang pagkauhaw. Ang tawag doon ay polypepsia. Hunger, sobrang gutom. Tawag naman doon ay polyphagia. Weight loss, biglang payat or biglang pagbagsak ng katawan. Blurred vision, and then tiredness. So, ang diabetes kapag hindi siya naagapan, nagkokos siya ng mga iba't ibang komplikasyon or sakit. So, for example na lang sa mata, may diabetes na nabubulag dahil sa sakit na yon. Yung iba naman, halimbawa, kapag nagkaroon ng sugat yung parte ng katawan, hindi gumagaling yung sugat. So, ang ginagawa kapag hindi gumagaling yung sugat, tinatawag natin ay amputation. So, halimbawa, yung daliri mo, hindi gumagaling yung sugat, kinakain niya yung laman. Kaya kumakalat siya hanggang sa makain niya ng buo mong kamay. So, para hindi makain yung, hindi pakumalat yung sugat sa buong katawan, pinuputol na yun. So, mapapansin na may merong diabetes na wala ng kamay, wala ng paa. Ayan. So, tulad nga ng sinasabi ko, hindi naman sa pagnanakot sa inyo, diba? Malaki ang epekto at gastos ng pagkakaroon ng non-communicable disease. At ito ang number 1 killer ng population sa mundong ito. So, in order for us not to get non-communicable diseases, kailangan natin magkaroon ng mga for health practices. Alright, so again, these are the common non-communicable diseases. For you to easily recall the common non-communicable diseases, remember the word ACA-CARD. Tandaan kung sa acrostic na word na ACA-CARD. A stands for allergy. C for cardiovascular disease. Another A means asthma. C stands for cancer. A stands for arthritis. R is for renal failure, and D for diabetes. So again, the common non-communicable diseases is the ACA-CARD: allergy, cardiovascular disease, asthma, cancer, arthritis, renal failure, and diabetes. Now, let us see if you learned something from our lesson. I have here a situation. So you're going to analyze and assess the situation and then answer the following question that follows. So let me read the situation. Grade 7 Sean and Morgan usually went to a fast food chain after school. Most of the time, Sean ordered hamburger, large fries, and spaghetti, and Morgan asked for steak and fried chicken. They finished their meal by drinking cold soda. After eating, they went to the restroom and smoked. They continue to do this routine after school. Now, let us answer the question. What are the diseases that they might acquire? Ano yung mga sakit na pwede nilang makuha? Pwede makuha ni Sean at saka ni Morgan. Sabi, di ba? Most of the time, palagi ang in-order. Burger, lunch fries, steak, fried chicken, mga pagkain mataba, pagkain na junk food kung tawagin. Ano masakit na pwede nila nakuha? Pwede sila magkaroon ng cardiovascular disease. Diba kasi mamantika. Tapos, lagi pang umiinom ng malamig na soft drink. So, kapag umiinom ng malamig na soft drink, soda, sugar, pwede magkaroon ng diabetes. And then, they went to the restroom and smoked. Sila ay naninigarilyo. Hopefully, wala naman dito naninigarilyo, diba? Lalo na sa school premises. So, pwede sila magkaroon ng respiratory diseases or lung diseases sa kanilang paninigarilyo. And then, na kinakain nila mga unhealthy nga. So, pwede pag hindi nila filter ng ayos yung mga waste products sa katawan, pwede magkaroon din ng kidney failure or kidney diseases. Now, the second question, what particular habits might have been contributed to those diseases? Ano yung mga habits na nagko-contribute sa kanilang mga sakit? Ayan, syempre, unang-una, diba, yung pagkain nila ng unhealthy food. Pangalawa, ano yung mga habits na yung kanilang pag-video nakaka-contribute yun sa pagkakaroon ng sakit. Tapos pangatlo, routine, ginagawa nila siyang araw-araw. Okay lang naman kumain ng mga ganitong pagkain as long as hindi siya palagi kasi hindi ba sabi ko kapag palagi, masama. Third, if you are their close friend, what advice can you give them to avoid those diseases? Kung kayo ay malapit na kaibigan ni Sean at Morgan, ano yung ipapayo niyo sa kanila? So, pwede niyo silang payuhan na to eat healthy, to drink water instead of soda, ayan, to avoid or to remove their vices o yung kanilang vision. Ayun, yung mga pwede natin i-advise kay Sean and Morgan. And if you are doing the same, yan. So, advise nyo yung sarili nyo na start living healthy. So for your activity today, you're going to do the following. So, katulad nga na sinabi ko kanina, start living healthy now. Ngayon na mismo. So, for your activity today, meron kayong dalawang options. So, may mga internet at yung may mga gadgets, yung option 1 ang gagawin. Yung mga wala ng gadget at walang internet connection, yung pangalawang option ang gagawin. So for option 1, perform at least 3 health practices that you may do to avoid non-communicable diseases. So mag-isip muna kayo ano yung mga health practices na pwede niyong gawin para hindi kayo magkaroon ng non-communicable diseases. So after thinking of 3 health practices, ayan, gagawin nyo, i-record or i-perform nyo yung mga health practices na to. And then, you're going to record this through picture. So, halimbawa, una nyo naisip ay to eat vegetable. So, magpipicture kayo na kayo ay kumakain ng vegetable. And then, pagka-picture ninyo, gagawa kayo ng collage. Isasama nyo yung unang picture nyo kasama yung iba pang pictures na ginawa ninyo habang pine-perform yung health practices. So, yung collage ay isa-send sa akin in my messenger. So, yung option to naman, kapag walang internet connection at gadget para mag-picture, you're going to cut out pictures from old magazines and newspaper. So, may mga lumang dyaryo dyan at saka magazine, pwede nyo gamitin. Tapos, pili kayo ng mga pictures showing helpful ways to prevent non-communicable diseases. So, pagkagupit, nagawa rin kayo ng photo collage, ididikit sa bond paper, and you will submit that output in your respective box sa school. So, ito po yung example ng ating photo collage. Ayan. So, in one picture, magkakasama na yung 3 pictures. Pinagsama-sama, pinag-collage. Pwede nyo siyang decoration or lagyan ng mga designs to make it more aesthetic or more creative. So, after doing the photo collage, ayan, you're going to answer the following guided questions. So, reflect. After doing the activity, reflect if these health practices will help you avoid diseases. So, tama ba na inilagay mo yun? Na inilagay mo health practice na yun, makakatulong sa'yo para maiwasan ang pagkakaroon ng sakit. Number 2, what do you feel after performing the activities? Do you feel fulfilled, happy, energized, or do you feel healthy? Ayan, so, lalagyan nyo yung feelings ninyo after performing the activities. And third, give the importance of each health practice. So, ipaliwanag ninyo ano yung kahalagahan ng mga ginawa ninyo health practices na yun. Alright? So, naintindihan ba yung instruction? So, if naintindihan po yung instruction, ito na po yung ating rubrics. So, yung criteria natin, attention to theme. So, dapat nakaangkop sa tema yung mga pictures na gagawin nyo. Katulad na sinasabi ko, it's about health practices. Then, another criteria is creativity. So, dapat maipakita yung inyong pagiging creative. And third criteria is timeliness. Dapat ay on time ipasa yung inyong activity. So, I will give you 1 week to accomplish that. So, gagawin siya ngayon, ipapasa niya ang deadline natin either after a week. Okay po? Naiintindihan? Kung naiintindihan po, or meron kayong hindi naiintindihan, please feel free to message me in my messenger. Alright. Let us now check what you have learned for today's lesson. So please share your acquired knowledge on the lesson by completing the following statements using Google Forms. So yung may mga internet dyan, please click the link provided para makapagsagot kayo ng activity na what I have learned. Yung mga wala namang internet, you're going to write it on your paper and submit it to me in hard copy. Alright, so you're going to these 3 things that you have learned today. Ano yung 3 bagay na natutunan nyo ngayong araw na to? Natutunan nyo ba yung mga iba't ibang non-communicable diseases? Natutunan nyo ba kung ano yung mga cause, kung ba't nagkakaroon ng sakit na ganon? Natutunan nyo ba na yung mga health activities na pwede nyo gawin para kayo ay hindi magkaroon ng non-communicable diseases? And then, after listing down the 3 things you have learned today, you will now list the 2 examples on how you can use today's lessons in daily life. So, magbibigay kayo ng dalawang halimbawa. Paano nyo magagamit yung lesson today sa inyong pang-araw-araw na buhay. And, lastly, give one question you want to ask about the lesson. So, kung meron pa rin kayong hindi naintindihan, kung meron kayong gusto itanong, clear about sa lesson today, itatype nyo yung question na yan. So, naintindihan po. Again, yung mga may internet, pwede kayong gumamit ng Google Form. Doon magsasagot para pumasok agad sa akin yung feedback ninyo kung kayo ba ay may natutunan. At yung mga wala naman ay pwedeng magsagot sa papel at ipasa sa akin in hard copy. Alright, now let us assess your learnings through these activities. So, yung inyong pong learner's packet ay buksan ninyo at sagutan po ang activity na to, itong quiz na to. So, for your activity, you're going to search for the word that is being described by the statement. So, yung mga statement ay yung mga nasa 1 to 10. So, pag nalaman nyo na yung dinedescribe sa bawat statement, isusulat nyo yung sagot doon sa blank before the number. And then, kapag sulat nyo na, tsaka nyo sagutan or encircle yung crossword puzzle. Okay? So, let us read the statements. First statement. A condition that prevents the body or mind from working normally. Ano kayang sagot nun? So, I will give you bonus point. So, ang sagot dito ay disease. So, pag nasulat mo na yung word na disease dito sa blank, gagawin nyo naman ay i-encircle yung word na disease dito sa crossword sa puzzle, sa word search. So, yung disease na word ay eto po. So, i-encircle nyo siya. Okay, nagets po. Second statement, that is bonus yung number 1. Number 2, fail to adequately filter waste products from the blood. That's the answer. Third statement, muscle of cells that are cancerous. Anong tawag doon? Diniscuss natin yan earlier. Fourth, masses of cells that are not cancerous and do not spread. Fifth, excessive urination. 6, another term for hunger. Anong tawag dun sa pagkagutom? 7, this synonymous to hypersensitivity. Anong tawag doon? 8, abbreviation way to remember the signs of stroke. Ano yung abbreviation nun? 9, abnormal cells grow, they form in masses. And last, chronic condition when breathing becomes difficult. So, you're going to answer that in one whole sheet of paper and then submit to me. For your last activity, please reflect on the following. Ayan. You're going to write a health diary. So, you're going to complete the statement by writing something about what you learned on non-communicable diseases. So, una, sulat yung date today, and then sulat yung Dear Health Diary. Today, I learned that this learning is important because I realized that and I feel blank. Again, you're going to write a health diary by completing the following statements on what you have learned about non-communicable diseases. So, sulatan, today I learned that this learning is important because I realized that, and lastly, I feel blank. So, while writing your answer, reflect on what you have learned. You're going to do that reflection again in one whole sheet of paper and you're going to submit that to me in hard copy. Alright? So, that's a wrap. Before we end our lesson, let me just leave with you this saying that the greatest wealth is health, according to Virgil. Again, let me emphasize that the greatest wealth is health. Ang pinakayaman or ang pinakadakilang yaman na meron tayo ay ang ating kalusugan. As I mentioned earlier, kahit gaano kakayaman, kung ikaw naman ay merong sakit, mauubos din ang iyong pera. Diba? Mauubos yung pera. Pero, kung ikaw ay hindi mayaman, pero maganda yung kalusugan mo, diba? Okay na okay. Kasi nga, wealth is health. Kasi kung mayaman ka at may sakit, mauubos din yung pera mo sa pagpapagamot dahil sa sobrang mahal ng mga gamot, ng mga operasyon. At hindi mo ma-enjoy yung kayamanan mo kung ikaw ay merong sakit. Pero kung ikaw ay walang sakit, ma-enjoy mo yung buhay mo. You can live your life to the fullest, together with your family, your loved ones. So, yung buhay kasi hindi siya nabibili, hindi siya nababayaran. So, kahit na mayaman ka, kung may sakit ka naman, di ba? Pwedeng mawala rin yung buhay. So, nonsense din. So, always remember to take care of your health because your health is your greatest wealth. Kaya, start living healthy, eat right, drink water regularly, rest and sleep. Yan. Tapos ay exercise regularly, consult a doctor, and most especially ay trust in the Lord. Diba? Ipagkatiwala niyo ang kanyang buhay at inyong kaligtasan, kalusugan sa ating Panginoon. So, that's all for today, class. Thank you for joining today's class. I am glad to be with you, or I'm glad na nakasama ko kayo today in our discussion. And always remember to stay safe and to stay healthy. And God bless you all. If you have question about our lesson, please feel free to message me in my messenger account. Yung mga may number ko, pwede kayong mag-text. Alright? Thank you.